Do you remember we treated logical functions in normal Microsoft Excel? We'll be looking at that same logical functions here, but this time around as a DAX function. Logical DAX functions are functions that test a condition and return values based on if those conditions are met or not, or if they are true or they are false. So let's check out some logical DAX function here in Power Pivot.
Alright, so we'll be looking at the logical functions now, and the first one we'll be looking at here is just how to use the if function to create a new column in Microsoft Excel here in Power Pivot. Alright, so we have a question here that says for every sales greater than $1,000 and with a quantity greater than 50, categorize them under high sales and otherwise low sales. So we have two criteria. It has to be greater than 1,000 for the sales and the quantity must be greater than 50 before we can categorize them under high sales or low sales. So let's go back to our Power Pivot. We are going to create that column here in the order fact table. So I'll double click on this add column and I'll rename this. Let's give it sales category. Okay, so we have sales category now. I'll hit enter. Then what do I want to create? I want to calculate. So use the function if, and you can see it checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if it is true. So we click on this just the way we did it in our normal Microsoft Excel. So if the first argument is the logical test, so I'll show us two ways you can do this. You can either use the two function if and, or you just use the ampersand, that is double ampersand, to do that. So let's try the first one using double ampersand. I'm saying if the first criteria is that the sales must be greater, that the sales amount must be greater than 1,000. So if you are dealing with numbers, you type them directly. It's only when you are dealing with text that you wrap them around double quotation marks. So comma, this is for the first criteria. If sales amount is this, and so because we have two criteria, and so you type in double ampersand and second criteria is that the quantity, so you can see we have quantity, the quantity must also be greater than 50. So I'll put in my comma. The moment I put in my comma, you can see that the second argument becomes active. Results if true. If it is true, what should you categorize it under? Categorize it under high sales. So high sales. Can you see, since I'm dealing with text, I had to wrap it around double quotation mark. High sales, comma. Then the next argument is if result is true, then what should be the result if it is true? If it is false, if it is false, give it low sales. Then I'm going to close my parentheses and I'll hit enter. I have a result. Can you see? For anywhere you see low sales, that is because the sales were below 1,000. Can you see that? Then for high sales, you can say 1,050 naira, 1,100 naira for high sales. They met the criteria. Now the next argument, let's see how we can use combining if and to get a column too. So click on this and I'm going to rename it sales category 2 because we used one already. So I'm just trying to show us the two ways. Sales category 2. So I'm trying to combine if and together. So I'll come here and say if. I'll open my parentheses, then type in and. Also open another parenthesis. And for and, we have two arguments, logical 1 and logical 2. The logical 1 is that sales amount must be greater than 1,000, right? That's the first argument. Second argument is that the quantity must also be greater than 50. So if yours is less than or equal to, you can use it. You can use that operator, less than or equal to, you can use it. Then I'll close my parentheses, comma. Now the next argument for logical function is result if true. If it is true, give it high sales. Then if it is false, give it low sales. Then I'll close my parentheses and I'll hit enter. You should get the same result. The same thing. It's just you should get the same result. So can you see that? I just showed you how to use ampersand, double ampersand, and also the AND function with the if function to get these calculated columns. So let's go back and see the next one. We're saying for every region, for every sales greater than 1,000 and it's in the north, give it not high sales, otherwise not for naught. So that's the criteria for those that are sales greater than 1,000 and it falls in the north region. Categorize them under not high sales, otherwise not for naught. So let's go back and see. So we are here. I want to create a new column, so I'm going to say not slash not. Okay, hit enter. Now come here. You should find your equal to sign here now. So I'll come here and I'm saying if what? If the sales amount is greater than 1,000, comma, what should you do? Now, greater than 1,000 and, because we have two criteria, and the region is what? Not. Region equal to not. So you must make sure what you're typing is exactly what is in that column, not. Alright, comma, what should happen? Result, if it is true, you give it not high sales. If it is not true, what should be the result? If it is not true, not for naught. Not for naught. Then I'll close my parentheses and I'm going to hit. So you're saying if this is a match greater than 1,000 and the region, double ampersand for and, equals to not, then what should you categorize under? Not high sales or and if it does not meet the criteria, not for naught. So I'll hit enter and we should have a value. So waiting for you to, can you see we have a value? Anyway, you see not for naught, it means the criteria was not met. Do we get that? So let me copy this formula again. I want to show something. If it does not belong to not. If the criteria is that it must not belong to not. So clicking here to create a new column. I'll rename this not for naught, just not for naught. Hit enter. Then I would come here and paste that formula that I copied. Then instead of equal to not, I want to say not equal to not. So you can use this sign, this symbol represent not equal to, or this symbol equal to, then equal to coming, equal to, then this exclamation mark indicates not equal to. So I'm just going to use this not equal to. So you are saying for sales greater than 1,000 and is not equal to the not region, categorize them under, just give it, let's use high sales. Then for the result, if it's false, for not, let's check out what it's going to give to us. So we should have, now it's saying calculates for not contains a syntax error. So let's check out what the syntax error is. Okay, let's look at the details. Is incorrect. Okay, so we have double. Can you see now? It's telling us, it's showing us where the problem is. That's highlighted where the problem is. We have double equal to sign here. So let's go back and remove one of the equal to sign. So let's hit enter now. Then we should have a result populated for us. Waiting for it. Can you see that? So it's saying for not. So anyway, I'm saying for not, it means it falls in not, and the criteria is greater than 1,000. Okay, so yeah, that is it. All right, so we are done. Just do well to practice as usual, and if you have questions, the comment section is there, or you can join our data community where we can interact and share our ideas, and we look at certain things that is not clear with us together. We see you in our next video. Bye. Do you want to like as usual? and share as much as you can to people that need to watch this. Bye.